I used to think that if I just tried harder, things would finally start working. Like maybe I wasn't disciplined enough. Like maybe I wasn't focused enough. Or maybe I wasn't consistent enough. But that wasn't actually the problem. The problem wasn't effort. And most times, it isn't effort. It's literally identity. Because here's the part nobody explains. Money doesn't respond to how badly you want it. It doesn't respond to how much effort you put in. It doesn't respond to what you think you should receive. It actually responds to who you believe yourself to be. And that took me a while to understand. And it's probably taking you a while to understand too. You know, I kept doing all the right things, watching the right videos, the right podcasts, taking all the courses that you can think of, starting over again and again and again. And every time it didn't work, it made me think something was wrong with me. But what I had to learn and understand was that nothing was actually wrong with me. And you're probably thinking this too, but I want you to understand that there's nothing wrong with you. And I'm talking to you on the other side of the screen. There's nothing wrong with you. I need you to understand that you are trying to build a new life from an old identity. And it cannot work, right? Nothing is wrong with you, but you have to understand that your old identity must be crucified. You have to become the new version of you. You have to become the version of you who can handle more. You know, I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I know somebody needs this. Because I need you to understand that an identity that's built for survival doesn't feel safe holding on to expansion. You have to understand that an identity that's only built for survival doesn't feel safe receiving more. An identity built for survival doesn't feel safe being seen. An identity built for survival doesn't even feel safe wanting more. So you have to understand that when the opportunity shows up, your body and your mind begins to pull back. It begins to resist. Because guess what? You hesitate, you overthink, you delay, you procrastinate. And it's not because you're lazy. It's because your nervous system is trying to protect you because you're not in the right alignment with the version of you who can handle more. Now, I want you to understand that you're not alone because most women are stuck in this phase. They're stuck in this stage where they really don't understand what's happening, but it's a lot of blockage and a lot of resistance. So I want you to understand that you're probably trying to fix it with strategy, with more planning, more routines, more pressure. But guess what? Pressure doesn't create alignment. It actually creates resistance. And at this point in time, you can't handle more resistance because you're already beating yourself up saying that you need more and you're not doing more. But I want you to understand this, and let me say it slowly. You cannot out-strategize an identity that does not feel safe. You cannot force yourself into a version of life your body doesn't even trust. You cannot force yourself into something your body doesn't even understand. I want you to understand that it may sound uncomfortable, but sometimes the reason money isn't responding isn't because you're doing something wrong. It's really because your becoming hasn't fully arrived as yet. You're not at the place where you should be as yet. So you have to become more so that you can handle more. So wait, because I want to say this so that you fully understand. Your income can only expand to the level your identity feels safe sustaining, right? It's not about how talented you are. It's not about how intelligent you are. And it's certainly not about your potential. It's about your sense of safety. And that's why you will find that there are so many women out there who make money easily while others feel like it's constantly an uphill battle, right? It's not because one is better than the other. It's because one feels allowed. One feels allowed to receive. One feels allowed to grow. One feels allowed to want more without guilt. right? So most women were never taught this kind of manner. We were literally taught so many other things like being grateful, not asking for too much, or, not taking up too much space, or just to be quiet, right? So when abundance shows up, it clashes with everything that we've learned about being good, or with everything that our childhood or our parents or society has actually told us about ourselves, or what we should be doing as great women, right? So I want you to understand that's the resistance right there. That's where the resistance is actually coming from. It's because whatever you have as your belief system, which has been given to you a long time ago, it's clashing with that version of you who wants to handle more. Now, I want you to understand that this is not failure, it's conditioning, right? It's conditioning, and conditioning can be healed, right? So you have to understand that before your income grows, identity must expand. Not by pretending, not by affirmations you don't believe, but by alignment. By slowly becoming the woman who trusts herself again. By slowly becoming the woman who feels safe holding that name, or who feels safe holding more, or who no longer abandons herself to succeed. Now, let me say this clearly so that you fully understand. You are not meant to chase money, because chasing comes from a place of misalignment. You are not meant to build success through exhaustion. That's not what you're meant for. Provision doesn't come through pressure. It comes through alignment. It comes from you understanding who you are, and of course, you begin to move like that version of you. So if things feel slow right now, if momentum feels inconsistent right now, if you keep starting over, please hear this. You are not behind, you are becoming the version of you who can handle more. And becoming takes time. Becoming requires patience. I truly believe that this year isn't about doing more. It's about becoming rooted in who you truly are. And I want you to understand that when identity shifts, income follows quietly. And I want you to understand this is not by pressure, it's not by force, but it happens automatically. It's like you're in autopilot because you're becoming the version of you who can handle more. You got it? Now, if this resonated with you, just comment identity in the comments down below. And if you want to walk this journey slowly with clarity and alignment, here's what we've got. We've got 365 alignment this year. And there's a space for you. Not to rush you, but to actually help you become the woman that God has called you to be. Remember, you have access to the link down below in the description. And you're going to want to watch this clarity and alignment playlist, because guess what? It's your season to handle more. But you have to learn how to become her so that you can actually handle more.